Welcome and thank you for joining Andre Renee's Creative Cafe. This is a show that focuses on the arts and artists' God-given talents. We strongly believe that you are your passion. And on today's show, we have Miss Angie Brooks. Say hello to everyone.
Hello. Thanks for having me today.
Thanks for coming. So what's going on?
Not much. Snow and cold weather is going on.
I know, right? So they promised, 1,000 inches?
It seems like
I know, right? And we got like 4. And yeah, and that's it. So tell us where you're from.
I am from Gary, Indiana, born and raised, and I still live there now.
Okay. What high school did you go to?
I went to Lou Wallace, class of 2000.
Okay, Lou Wallace. So we apologize for that. You know, this is a West Side
no.
thing. Yeah, this is
like,
a West
do I
Side.
need to walk out?
No, don't walk out. No, we need you. In 28 minutes you can, but right now we need you.
Okay, I'll stay.
Yeah, so I want to thank you for purchasing our book.
Oh, no problem.
About a year ago, you sent me a message on Instagram.
Right.
And you told me your daughter, what did your daughter say?
Oh, she loves it. I think I had to read it to her about 10 times.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's the I'm Special Too.
Yes, okay.
That's her favorite one.
Wow. So I had you mixed up with someone else, and it took only a year to clear that up.
Right.
All right. So I know, right? Here we are. And a year ago, this day, you were on this show, but just not with me.
Exactly.
Right.
It was crazy. This morning when I opened Facebook, my memory popped up from a year ago today, January 20th, 2018.
Okay.
And I was on the radio for the first time. And that was my last time on the radio.
And now you're back.
Until now.
With Andre Renee's Creative Cafe.
Right.
Hey, that's beautiful. So this show focuses on the arts.
Okay.
And so you're here because of what you do. Mm-hmm. And at what age did you discover this was your passion?
Oh, very early. I want to say I was probably about 7, somewhere around there in elementary school.
Okay.
I became obsessed with sketching out ideas for clothing, putting outfits together myself instead of my mom picking out my clothes. So it started a long time ago.
I heard about you guys' house. It's like not the normal. It's like you guys are so talented. Do your husband do this as well?
No, he sits back and let me be the creative person in the house. So
right.
I'm constantly changing colors of rooms and, redecorating.
Right. Okay, yeah, so I know he loves that. Wink, wink.
Right, no, he better. He has no choice.
I know that's a happy wife, a happy life, right?
Right. I actually painted a bedroom last week. So I enjoy painting. I know most people find it as a headache, but I enjoy it.
Wow. So your passion is what? Tell the world about your passion.
Okay, so it started as clothing design. I took some classes on sewing, and I just could not catch on. So I figured,
I could not
catch on to sewing. So I respect everyone who knows how to sew. Okay. I mean, this was as recently as maybe 5 years ago. Okay. So I started thinking of other ways I could be in the design community, and I started designing accessories, like earrings, necklaces, handbags. Yeah. And
so that's your passion.
That's my passion.
We will call you a designer?
I would call myself a designer.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So your first piece, the first piece that you sold, how old were you?
Well, that didn't come along until my adult years. Okay. So as a child, I would just make things but not sell. Okay. But as an adult, I started getting a lot of compliments on my work. So I decided, okay, maybe I should sell some of this. So that's how that came about.
So what was your first piece? Do you remember?
Actually, I do remember my first piece, and it was horrible. Okay. It was so bad that I hid it. Uh-oh. I did not want to show anyone, but then I decided to stay at it. And of course, as time went on, I got much better. And people just started to take a liking to it. I call my work statement pieces because they are very unique and large. I don't know how to be, toned down. Right. It's just not me.
I see that herringbone on you. You remind me of my 90s, way back in the 1990s.
You can't forget the 90s. No. Usually when I'm designing, there's some 90s music playing in the background.
Really?
Yes,
You're old,
keeps me going. Oh, yeah.
And what, you about 29, something like that?
Not quite. Add about a decade to that.
Well, I'm just trying to. I'm 25 still. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Till I'm 50. And then when I'm 50, I'm going to let the gray grow in. I can't even say it. I don't even want to say it. Right. See, I didn't even want to come out. So I'm
not
letting
mine grow in.
I know that's right. So did you ever model?
I did not model. Well, I did one show. Kevin Catino, he had the Revolution, and my work was shown in the show. And then there was a show a little while before that, and I actually did model. I got on stage and did that, but I prefer to be behind the scenes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd rather just sit on the side and see my work going down the runway.
If you had now, in your beginning, in your early part of your career, what was one of the things that caught your attention in the early part?
The early part, it was just how much support I got from my peers. It was overwhelming. Like, there was a day where I posted a picture of a custom design, and all of a sudden, everyone started inboxing. You know, can you make this for me? I have an outfit I would like you to match. I'm going out this weekend. Can you make this? So the support, I did not expect it.
So social media support.
Social media support.
Okay. And how's that working out now?
I was working out great. Actually, I took some time off because I became overwhelmed.
With the orders?
Yes, because I work full time also. I'm a mom, a wife. So I got overwhelmed, and people started noticing that I wasn't as active. So they started inboxing me, like, what are you doing? What are you waiting on?
Right.
So that's what got me back out here and doing it again.
Now, you mentioned apparel. So as far as the clothes are concerned, what do you do in the clothes?
Well, I'm not doing anything with the clothes. As far as clothing, just growing up, I would sketch out the designs. I had this big dream of learning to sew and coming up with my own clothing company, but that just didn't quite work out. So I went the accessory route, which fits me.
Now, I noticed on your bio some of your accessories are denim, metals. Let's talk about leather.
Feathers.
Okay.
Anything I can
Why
think
did
of.
Rick James just come to mind?
Wow.
The leather just...
I actually have some boots, like his red ones.
Oh, yeah? See? Are you familiar with Barbara Bates?
I'm not.
Oh, wow. Yeah, she's the queen. We used to drive over to Chicago and get our clothes made, and leather suits. I don't know if you remember the Mickey Mouse jackets, leather sleeves, the towel jackets.
Yes.
She was like one of the, I don't know if she just created that, but she had her own line. And you go over there, we put our pennies together, we give about $1,500 to $2,000 for a towel.
Oh, wow.
Because it's just a towel.
But it had a nice towel.
And it had a name on it. So we sit up there and we get that, and she comes and she measures you, and you feel like you're really somebody. And Barbara Bates, she's such a popular person. You can Google her.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's
very popular. And I was sitting next to Nick Anderson one time, and he was talking with some other guy, and I was like, this guy looks like he's an athlete. He's from Chicago. I'm not a sports fan at all, right? And so I'm sitting next to him, and he said, I scored 50 points, and Michael Jordan told me, doing in the playoff, and it's blah, blah, blah. I was like, are you that Nick Anderson? He was like, I was like, well, dude, pay for my clothes.
Right.
And so, you guys, I applaud her for what she's doing, and then because you live in your passion.
Thank you so much.
And since I'm living in my passion, and that's what the show is all about. I mean, we need each other because we feed off one another's energies.
That's so true.
Because I hate to corner you, but we want to make a piece of accessory with our logo on it, because that's our brand. Because I'm heavily into branding.
Okay.
You know, I'm a brand ambassador. You know, we're going to teach classes about how to brand yourself, and I would love to have a unique piece from you guys. And we only on the radio, right?
Right. So I can't say no, right?
While she contemplate that, we're going to take a commercial break, and these commercial breaks are brought to you by Andre Renee's Spiritually Spoken Poetry CD, streaming on all your streaming sites. Be right back, people. I know, right? I just painted you in the corner. So.
Do you love poetry? Spoken word touches the soul.
I'm going to leave all this on
from your streaming
sites. This is the only second time I type in. So you're the second
Spiritually
person. You want to say something to the people?
Enjoy.
I know.
Hi, I'm Ben Tyler from St. Augustine
Baptist
Church in Gary, Indiana.
Is it almost over yet?
Worship with us at 11
I know.
on Sundays.
No, you good.
We are located at the corner of 19th Avenue and Ellsworth in Gary, Indiana. Please come to visit.
Mom, read me a book.
Oh, these are my connections.
Which one, honey? Teach me how to play, or my freckles makes me pretty?
No, let's read Bullies Don't Scare Me.
Great, let's read that one. At Andre Renee Writes Publishing, we have children's books your family will love for years. Go to www.andrerenee.com www.arrights.com to purchase today. Enjoy.
And welcome back to Andre Renee's Creative Cafe. We are here with Miss Angie Brooks, and she just not really confirmed that she was going to do it.
I will.
There you go.
We will get together on the details.
Sure, you're right.
Okay.
And so any fabric would go.
Okay.
I actually wanted metal.
Okay.
Do you still do the metal?
I can do metal.
Gallery 82?
Yes.
Where did that concept come from? That's the name. Okay, first of all, what is Gallery 82?
Gallery 82 is the business I started.
Mm-hmm.
I first set the company up in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I had my first event in 2016.
Okay.
And the company is just where I sell my accessories, handmade accessories.
Mm-hmm.
And I also do what's called the custom jewelry bar, where I go in, I set up, and I allow the ladies to pick out different items, and I put together charm necklaces or charm bracelets. Mm-hmm. And the name just came from, I consider what I do to be a form of art, so gallery. Okay. And I was born in 82.
Oh, duh.
So put the two together, and I just came up with Gallery 82.
And that's your brand.
That's my brand.
Awesome.
A lot of people say Galaxy 82.
I know,
they throw in their own number.
I know, right?
As long as they find me, that's fine.
You do realize I thought it was 42, right?
Yes, I remember you said that.
We was on the phone and I was like 42 or something like that.
I was not born in 42.
I know, right? And so you spared me for the embarrassment of, I don't know, not paying attention. Social media is so difficult, but it's so wonderful because that's how we met. We don't know one another.
Exactly.
And we've been Instagram friends for so long. I didn't know we was Facebook friends until somehow we said something via this interview.
Right.
And so she's on Facebook too.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's to promote my brand.
Right.
When you go to my page and when you see, like I just put up a poem, I put up a few poems. I don't know if you saw those. And then I put up food. Like, I love to cook. I love to cook.
Oh, wow.
Photography and cooking are my passions too. I don't want to do them for monetary gain because it's like, it relaxes me.
Mm-hmm. That's how I am with the accessories. It's like my stress relief. After work, you know, I can just go home and I'm in charge.
Right.
After working for someone else all day.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how that feels. I always had my own. I had a summer job from 14 to 18 every summer. Then I went to the Navy. Then after the Navy, I sold cars for like 3 months. And that's it. I had to be my own everything. I had to plot out my destiny. It's just, I knew I had a passion inside, but the companies that I had at first was not the actual passion. So as you pay your bills and you have a lot of extra, how it goes, you think like, I'm on the right path, but it was always something missing. And then when I discovered I can write, then the door opened, and every day I wake up with a smile because I'm living my dream. This radio show is it's a branch of that tree, and it grows different branches. So we're proud and honored to, and we thank God for the ability to live your passions. And so we're happy for people like you as well. But you holding back just a little bit, because I don't know if you know, but I know that you had your stuff in Carson's.
That's true.
Tell us about that.
Okay, so
and only $20.
Right, I was going to ask you that. But no, actually, on social media, I saw that there was a contest going on where you could submit your work, and if selected, you would become part of the Close to Home shop located within Carson's. So I just decided to submit my work and see what happens, and I was shocked because they contacted me back and asked for samples, so I actually sent in samples. After that, they sent an order sheet, and I got to work putting together over 100 pieces by myself.
Wow.
And so I became part of the shop, the Close to Home shop. Unfortunately, Carson's closed down.
I know, right?
Yeah. So.
Right. Is it closed down across the nation or just local?
My understanding is across the nation, because I was actually in 5 locations, 3 in Illinois and 2 in Indiana, and they're all gone.
Are you born here, right?
Yes, born in Gary.
You know we Gary folks don't pronounce Illinois without the S. You know we got to put that S on it.
I said don't mess this up. Illinois.
I do it on purpose. When I'm over in Chicago, I do it on purpose. Like, man, I just would strike up a conversation just so I could say Illinois and see the look on their face like, where you from? I'm from Gary. We like that.
Right.
We like that. We know it don't belong there, but we like that.
Right.
Because when they come to Gary, they always got to say, you know I'm from Chicago. You want gas or what? But we love our Chicago people. We consider Northwest Indiana a suburb of Chicago. Mm-hmm. And so,
I just got back from Chicago this morning. I went to see Erykah Badu last night. Amazing show. Yes.
So you stayed over?
Yes, I did stay over.
Now, Erykah has yet to call me.
Oh, you should have told me. I would have put in the work for you.
I'm trying to get the Erykah Badu.
The Erykah Badu. Miss Badu.
Right. I text her and I email her and she just not. I'm doing everything a stalker could do.
You should have told her that you know me.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Right. Yeah, studio, what is it, Galaxy? See what I did there? Galaxy 42?
My mom calls it Galaxy 82.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
But I know what she means.
Right. She loves you regardless.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you want to be 5 years from now with Gallery? Lord have mercy. Let's get it right, Andre. Gallery 82. My engineer looking at me.
Look, see, even he knows.
He's a big gas up at the corporate.
Right.
5 years from now, what do you want to be?
I would say still designing. I would like to take some courses just so I can improve my work. I get compliments on what I do, but I am my own worst critic. Okay. So I feel like I can always improve. Last year, towards the end of the year, I did a couple of things in the area as far as mentoring goes. So I would like to get more involved there.
Right.
My dream would be to have my own location, my own store. So we'll just see where this goes.
Wow.
But of course, I would need help to do that.
Well,
because it takes time to actually make
there's a business plan and so on and so forth.
Oh, yeah.
There's people out there that want to donate to what you do. They just don't know who you are.
Right.
And that's how you get out there. You have to give your business and your brand some exposure. And once you do that, the right people will see you. There's a young lady. She has several events, but she has a non-for-profit. And one of the not-for-profits, they take the children. I wish I knew. If I had my notes in front of me, I could be a little more accurate. So let me just say it this way. There's a non-for-profit in Chicago that deals with high school children. And the goal is to get them involved in business. So they have them submit their ideas, and once a year they donate $10,000. I know she's listening and she's probably like screaming at me because I'm not able to tell you the name of a non-for-profit. I'm trying to give her some love and I just don't have my notes, but that's wonderful. So my point to you is there's money, they want to help you. They want to see you. I mean, there's always a kickback for them as well, I'm sure, because they get to earn from the interest and so on and so forth. But the city of Hammond had SBA loans for a long time back in the early 2000s, and people were starting beauty salons and barber shops, and those are the two, I knew the two people who did that. Oh. And so Hammond had, so that's money out there. You just have to expose yourself to the right people.
Yeah.
And if you don't like 20,
taking baby steps.
Long way 20, I could make a call or two for you.
Right. We'll see.
I know, right? Yeah. Or was it 25? Am I going up?
No, it was 20.
I know, that's right. What was the hardest piece you ever made? The one you was like, who ordered this?
Oh.
You ever had one of those?
I haven't.
Really?
That's the thing about this. I feel like it just comes so naturally that it's something that I was meant to do. Like a lot of my designs are just straight off the top of my head. But every now and then people come to me, you just made me remember one. Okay. People come to me with ideas or they want me to remake something that they've already seen.
Right.
So there was a piece that I did for someone for prom. And I think that was the hardest piece I had to do.
And what was the piece? Describe it.
Oh, it's hard to describe. Just a lot of layers.
Was it a necklace?
Extravagant. Yes, a necklace to go with her dress for prom.
Afrocentric?
Yes.
What was the movie that just, was it Black Panther?
Black Panther.
What's the name of the city they live in, the country? Is it
Wakanda?
Wakanda. I should know that, right? I know, right? I should know that. Did I lose some points? I still got my black card. Five points? Yes. All right. We're going to take a commercial break. I'm going to try to get these 5 points back. And these commercial breaks are brought to you by St. Augustine Episcopal Church located in Gary, Indiana. Join that church. You would love it. Be right back. We got like 5-6 minutes.
Do your children love to read? We have a wonderful lot of children's books that you will find fascinating.
Get ready?
www.arwrites.com. That's ARWRITES.
I like the
Do you love poetry? Spoken word touches the soul.
I mean, you're gonna love it too.
From your streaming sites, type in Spiritually Spoken.
Hey guys.
Enjoy.
We're not editing, so you've seen all of this.
Professional care cleaning service. Clean my carpet.
I guess we should do something funny like an
I've never been
outtake.
more satisfied. Previous companies have
I don't
left
know,
my
I
carpet
can't
wet
hear.
for
He
days.
tried to say something.
Call
He
now
didn't
and ask for Andre. He will do an excellent and affordable job. 219-746-4329. Call now.
And you're back with Andre Renee's Creative Cafe and Miss Angie Brooks. And we have the question of the day. If there was one person you want to meet, you just have to meet, who was that one person?
Oh, wow. It's a tough one. I would say someone that I would like to design for.
Okay.
Can I change your question?
You just did.
I would say there's two people actually.
Okay, how about it?
Beyonce
and
Rihanna. I love their style, and I just feel like what I do really, really match their style. A lot of times when I'm designing, I'll listen to them, and I'll pretend as though I'm making this for them. I feel like if you visualize it, that helps it come to reality. So, Beyonce and Rihanna, if you're listening.
I know, right? If you listen, you should have called in. I mean, the phones work.
Right.
We just got them off the hook right now.
Oh, okay.
We don't want nobody crazy.
Put it on the hook.
I know. Well,
trying to get through.
I know, right? Well, I've been cheating myself for 8 months.
Right.
People call in. It's just Domino's Pizza. No, it's a radio show, man.
And now I'm hungry.
I know. See. So you didn't see my food on Facebook then?
I did not.
You better not go to it. You're going to get your husband like, man, really? You know, people be calling me like, man, why you doing that, man? Now my wife think I can cook.
Yeah, right. He made some French fries for me before. They were good.
So you know, so you know he's probably listening, right?
Hey.
So, hey man, it wasn't my fault. It ain't my fault. So, Beyonce and Rihanna. I love the way Rihanna talk.
Oh, I do too.
Now they're both awesome performers. I'm a fan of their performances, but Will Smith would be mine.
Really?
I met him actually before I was in the Ali movie, and so when this is when he changed his name to Big Willie. So they said Big Willie's. I didn't know about it. Here come Big Willie.
My husband's name is Willie, so instantly you took me
to the French fries.
Yeah.
And they said Big Willie. I said, who's Big Willie? And they said, Will Smith. I said, where's Jada? Right when I said that, she was right in front of me.
Wow.
I had to look down because she's that short, right? And I was like, oh, that's Jada. And I was just starstruck.
Wow.
I don't want me to do, but I like Mr. Smith. You see what I did there, Mr. Smith? Because if you listen to his YouTube, he's killing on IG right now. He's the social media king. And if you see his motivational speeches and how he get down, he's so relatable. He is who he is. But when you hear how he motivates people or how he motivates himself, this one thing he said, if I'm on a treadmill and the bet is the first one quits, the other one wins. He said, I would die on that treadmill. And how he put it, you can hear the passion. And Will Smith and my brother share something in common. They don't think that my brother's a nurse. He said, I'm not the smartest person in the room, but I will try the hardest. And Will Smith does the same thing. He said, I may not be the best actor. I don't think he ever said that. Because he's not the best actor. I'm a fan, but he's not the best actor. He's a great actor. And anything he put out, I will watch and like, no matter what it is. But, wow, just like his determination. He makes me feel like I can. Are there any male people that you would love to meet? I'm talking about professionally wise. We're not talking about Tyrese. Is he still the thing now? I don't know. I don't know. The Rock, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. This is a tough one for me. I can't think of any male that I would want to meet.
That's in your field.
Okay.
Right.
No, I can't think of one off the top of my head. I'm sorry, y'all.
I would love to sit down with Stephen King and have not a write-off, because he would lose. He definitely would lose, that's for sure. But just to be in the presence of someone who's been in the business for so long that it's just like it's second nature to them. My goal is to create films. My goal is to create scripts. My goal is to continue to take my writing to another level. Andre Renee is the brand, and we have branches from my brand. And so, wow, it's this. So I would love to sit down with someone like that and go from there. You have the one daughter.
Well, I have two.
Okay.
So Ariana, she is 20.
Okay.
She graduated from cosmetology school recently.
Okay.
And then Nyla is 6. So that's the baby.
Cool. Wonderful. Big shout outs to the family, to Big Willie and the 2 children.
Right.
We love the fact that you're a family person and you're able to work, do things at home, and you live in your passion. Stay encouraged. Keep doing what you do.
Thank you so much.
We have a segment on the show. It's called "What Would Jesus Do?" I know, right?
Right.
So
I can't think on his level.
No. Well, see, here's the thing. In this segment, Jesus is still on the earth.
Okay.
So he's the Son of Man, but he's still on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is difficult. A lot of these are difficult, actually. What would Jesus do about the ongoing wars or conflicts that's always there? So some people say in order to have peace, there has to be a little bloodshed. Would Jesus agree with that? What are your thoughts?
I would definitely say no, because of course he teaches love and understanding. So I would say no to the bloodshed. I think even today it really needs to stop. It's so unnecessary.
You know, there's a lot of bloodshed in the Bible, right?
I know.
And so you won't think like, well, the book that's about me that I'm in, you know, I'm started the book, right? This is Jesus, right? So we have a little bloodshed in there, and so you still think he would say peace?
You're putting me on the spot.
No, it's just your opinion.
Right.
No.
I would say just no. That's how I am.
Okay.
Non-violent.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what he would say because in reality, I'm not a fan of the bloodshed in the Bible. I'm not a fan of the bloodshed that's going on right now. I wish we as a people could do better than what we're doing. There has not been a time in the history of humanity where there wasn't some type of war or conflict. So it's awful. I mean, it's horrible. They show images of Syria, I believe it was, and they said this is the aftermath of war. It was decimated. Just everything was crumbled. It's like God just took the builders and crushed them in their hand. So, hey, thank you for coming on.
Oh, no problem.
We love you for this.
Thank you.
Gallery 82.
Yes.
We love you for being here. And people, whatever you do, put God first. No matter what you're doing, you put God first, and everything is going to be what it is. Sometimes you want the answer to be yes, but it's no. Understand no is for a reason. We love you. Tune in every Sunday, 6:30, Andre Renee's Creative Cafe. God bless you. Till next time.
And shout out to Miss Elise Boutique and the Painted Board Studio. Sorry.
That's not a problem. That's not, they owe me $50.
Tuning into Andre Renee's Creative Cafe.